Hi everyone, day 2, well, video 2. I wasn't planning on filming today because I was really just kind of looking to see what kind of parts I had to order. And I have a very interesting development. So I did a little wire tracing, and you remember, I might as well show you. I did this down here. I spliced all these wires together. And you remember this sensor, not sensor, but the well, it is a sensor connector, right here, that I showed you in the car, and it was all chewed up and disgusting. Well, I did a little bit of tracing, and I'm just gonna, nah, completely missed. But I did a little bit of tracing, and I figured out that the wire is actually for the crankshaft position sensor, and it came down and it ended, guess where? Right here. So I hooked that all together. Now I'm gonna put you back here in the back of the car where the fuel pump is. Now, oh, sorry, lost my camera. Take a listen. You can hear the fuel pump turning on. So I got this really bad idea. Sorry, I'm kind of flinging the camera all over the place. Okay, I want to see if it barks. So I got some Tractor Supply starting fluid. Even though the coil is still broken, I don't know if it's still making a connection or not, but this thing is bone dry with fuel, I'm pretty sure, so I don't want to run the fuel pump too much. So I just want to see if she'll bark. There we go. I'm kind of doing this real time so that we can see if it actually does anything. You're going along the ride with me, so here we go. Ah, crap, I forgot about the starter. It fired. All right, so new starter, new coil because it's broken, and gas. And this thing runs. So again, that was 2 minutes of footage of me trying to figure out what was wrong with this car. But again, I don't want to run it too much because there's no fuel in the tank, obviously. And that's a brand new fuel pump, and we will burn it up if we don't put fuel in it. So we need a starter because I'm not dealing with this thing anymore. This one is obviously sticking on. Bad news. So we'll buy a starter, we'll buy a coil, and we'll buy gas, and then we'll see what really happens. So give me a few days and I will get that done, okay? Okay, so I got a few parts in. It's been a couple days. It actually came in like 3 days earlier than I expected, so that's good. Hey, thanks Rock Auto. No free ads, but I got an ignition coil. It's kind of unfortunate that this one broke anyway, because where is it? There. Apparently it worked, and I didn't know if it worked or not, so I was taking it apart to see if the connectors were rusty or something, and took a wrench, touched it, and it broke. So who knows if it would have been a problem down the road anyway. But these are far too nice of parts to go on this car anyway, if you've seen underneath it. And if you've ever seen a classic Saab 900, just be glad that it's even in one piece. I mean, if you have a little bit of rust, consider that a win. This thing is essentially made of it, and I'm just going to do whatever it takes to just put it back on the road. So today, I'm going to try to get the coil swapped out, and I'm going to try to get the starter out, which is down in here somewheres, because it's underneath this intake here. It's like up under here. You can hit it with a hammer. I don't know if you can get to it with a wrench or anything yet, but I have another development to show you. So remember the video I just took where I got this thing started? Well, started, I put that in air quotes because I got it to cough to life, and then it ground the starter because the starter was still engaged. That might not have been on video, but you see this exhaust pipe here. Now in that trajectory, which is about right there, there's a mouse. And it's not very alive looking. I bet you any money, and this is kind of gross, that when the thing burped to life, there's a mouse house in here or something, and it fired it out, and it looks like it probably hit my shelving unit and broke its neck or something. So that makes me feel kind of bad. There's plenty of escape routes around here and plenty of mice living in my garage because there's no insulation and it's not very well, well, there's holes in some spots, but that makes me feel kind of bad. I mean, RIP, but don't make a home in my wife's car and maybe that won't happen. Dark out here. Oh, I dropped it. Oh, there he is. Okay, there we go. And into the trees you go. Unfortunately, it's now that time of year where I have to take all of this crap out of the way so that I can get to my heater, hook up the tank, and turn it on because it's like 45 degrees out, which to a lot of people, like living in Alaska or Montana or, you know, one of those cold places that nobody likes to live, they'd probably just laugh at you and be like, oh, that's warm. Well, guess what? I don't like cold weather, and I live somewhere where it's cold, and I don't like it. And if I could move somewhere where it's warm, I'd be happier. But guess what? I can't. So we're going to have to get the heater turned on, and that'll be very nice because it is right next to where I'm working, and it'll make my life a lot more pleasant. Well, I gotta do some wiring because it took the spade or the ring terminal off of, I don't know what that thing is, but I don't know, some kind of condenser or something, but it's hiding. Oh, there it is. I didn't really want to share this until now, but my heater apparently is not working anymore. It worked last year, and I plugged it in, hit the switch on the top, and absolutely nothing. Yes, I know it's unplugged, but that sucks. Because I kind of like that heater, and I really like to just set it and forget it, put a fan in front of it, make it warm in here, and heat up the whole area you're working on. But I guess we're working without heat, or I'll get the old salamander heater out of the back and blow that out and see if that works. But that sucks. So I dug the old salamander heater out. The reason I'm putting gloves on is because once you plug this thing in, it automatically turns the fan on, essentially, so it's going to be loud. But the electric igniter died literally the second I bought it. Well, got it. I think someone else got this for me, like my brother or somebody. So let's fire it up. This is the only way to start it. You got to hit the button, reach in, and hit the sparker. And you got to have gloves and long sleeves on, which obviously you're going to have anyway because it's cold out. And let's see. Hit the button. turned down too low. I'm not used to this much heater. All right, time to get back to work. This is the stage we're at. Doors open. I've got the, well, I don't have a light so that I can show you. That would help a lot, wouldn't it? I've got the starter in, wiring done, coil in, battery charged. It's hooked back up. I checked the oil. It's got some. I came back here and I did that fuel leak. I don't have any clue whatsoever if that's actually going to hold or not, because the nylon line that I tried to put over that fitting, which that fitting is absolutely the wrong one. It's got to be a smaller barb end, but it does fit into the fuel pump itself. So I can't, I mean, I got to use it. I can't find any other ones. So I hope that doesn't leak, but in real time, I'm going to take you with me, and we're going to see if this thing runs. Okay. Key is on. Checking for fuel leaks. I'm not seeing any. I hear the fuel pump running. Let's see if it starts. Hey, the starter shut off on its own. Maybe if I give her a little pedal, she'll start. Ooh, that did not sound good. I think it's a little clickety-clackety. Okay, there we go. We got the battery light to turn off because it hasn't had oil in the top end in a while. Just get that fuel running through the filter, running through the injectors. I wonder what would happen if I take my foot off it. Ooh, she does not want to idle. I wonder if I throw a can of seafoam in it, if it'll clean up a little bit. But she's running. Look. Oh, that blinded me. How about this? Hey, the lights work. That's good. She's running. Anti-lock brake light is on, which it's always on. That's not a good sign. The noise from the engine's not a good sign, but oh, she died. Like I said, I don't think it's I think it's probably got a little bit of, I don't know, lifter stickiness. There's a lot of smoke coming out of it. Let me try it again. That's, yeah, she will not run without throttle. I'll just let it run for a while. I'll get back at you. Status update. The smoke is not good. Should probably go turn a fan on or something. Okay, so I got it to essentially idle on its own for a bit. Oh, check engine light went off. Awesome. I figured our problem is probably just junk gas stuck in the lines and injectors. Luckily, doors open. I got a fan on, blowing some fresh air in here because it reeks. What I'm gonna do now is, I think we're gonna put it on the ground. I gotta move the Crown Vic out of the way, and I might just take it up and down the road just to try to get some fuel flushed through it and just try to get it run. Again, this thing hasn't run in like 4 years or however long it's been. But at least it's been undercover. We get, again, put it on the ground, take it down the road, see what happens. Luckily, I live on an incredibly dead-end street and there's no traffic, so I can just take it around the block real quick and we can figure it out. Okay, all the lights work pretty good. Well, we're missing a corner marker. Whatever, I think it was missing anyway. Yeah, we're missing another corner. Typical Saab stuff. 27-year-old car, what do you want? All right, I'm gonna take this thing for a test drive, see how she does. Yeah, it's just as much of a rattle trap as I remember. Can't see the gauges because it's way too dark. It smells like hot mice. And hot engine and hot exhaust and hot everything else because this thing has not run in forever. Pardon the loud noise. It is me driving along with the window open, like you can't see it, because it freaking reeks in here. I got the defrost on, but the windshield's disgusting because I didn't wash it. Essentially, all I'm doing is trying to get the rust off the brakes so that this thing actually moves. It's not going too badly. I think I've only stalled once, so we'll see what happens. Windshield wipers work. So our test drive is over, and I'm knocking over scrap metal. It didn't go too bad. I think it's honestly kind of self-healing and self-destructing at the same time. We've developed an exhaust leak in the middle of the car, but it actually will drive. Like, it runs and drives better. I got the brakes broken in a little bit. I think it's just kind of self-healing its own fuel system because it had so much crappy gas in it. But I'm going to put it in the shed, and I'm going to bring the Crown Vic in. Well, garage is empty once again. But not for long, because I'm bringing the Crown Vic in because I didn't buy that car for the gag. I didn't buy it as a joke. I didn't buy it for content on YouTube. I bought it to be my new daily driver. So, it's going to require a lot of work. That's what I'm doing. And a lot of cleaning before this thing actually becomes roadworthy. It's not going to be a huge project, but it's going to be an interesting one because it's something that I've always kind of wanted. I always wanted a cop car as a daily driver, and I know it's kind of a gag, but it's going to be fun. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be coming up very, very soon. And I hope you enjoyed the Saab videos. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider it. I'm really kind of growing the channel a little bit. I finally got my own custom URL. I know that's not really a big deal, but it is to me. That means I've grown it 3 times of what it was in less than a year, and it's a slow process to try to build one of these things, and I appreciate all of your support greatly. So I love sharing cars and other stuff with whatever I do. I enjoy sharing it with people, and I hope you like it. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I think this thing's bigger than my race car. Yeah, it's definitely bigger. See you next time.